official sales training, or
It
did you?
is, yeah. It
So
was.
what did you
I didn't know
start noticing?
anything.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything.
What
Yeah.
did you? It was the same thing for me when I started
Right.
learning Sandler. I had no idea what I was doing. So tell me about, like, what did you notice as you started implementing things? Because that's
Equal
super
business stature and the right to challenge, right? Like we tend to think of sales, if you default in sales, you tend to think of the customer is always right retail scenarios. And we think that that should be the way of behaving or way of being. You cannot lose fast if you're not on equal business stature, if you don't believe in the right to challenge. Any of you who knows anything about Sandler knows about negative selling or negative reversing, where sometimes the best thing to do is to try to get the prospect to tell you no. And then they'll either tell you no and you lose faster, or they'll talk you out of it. And now they'll start to move with some momentum. And one of the first things I ever learned was people will tell me that they want a quote or a proposal to get me off the phone, not because they actually want a quote or a proposal. But if you don't know any better and you have happy ears, and you go, oh, almighty prospect wants a quote or a proposal. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Yeah. Oh, I'll send that over by Tuesday. And then I spend the next 3 weeks calling you. You never answer, right? If instead you go,
never happens to anybody else.
Right. And instead you go, hey, Olga, don't get me wrong. Like, I would love if this conversation gets to the point where it makes sense for me to quote or propose, but we're not quite there yet. Can I ask you a couple questions to see even if you have any of the challenges that we're expert at fixing? And if you go, no, that doesn't work, great. I just save my time, get out of my life. No writing a proposal, no following up with someone who has no interest. Or that's a nice moment of influence for somebody who was trying to get rid of you.
Mhm.
And then you show up with equal business stature and some guts and you go, should we talk about the kinds of challenges that we help solve? And you go, you know what? Hang on, let me step out of this room. Maybe we should. Perfect. So I tend to work with business owners who are struggling or frustrated with one of a couple things. And now you turn it into a legit conversation where if you do a proposal, if you do a quote, if you do some kind of fulfillment, the person's qualified, very likely to buy from you, or at least you're going to get an answer from them, like in a timely, in a business sort of timely fashion.
So I bet that changed your. Did that change your close rate? I don't want to assume it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Did you notice that your commissions started growing or deals? What did you notice on the bottom line? Like what kind of changes happened?
Yeah, I probably doubled. I probably doubled pretty quickly. Your close rate shoots through the roof because you have less stuff to close. So you have less stuff in your pipeline because everything in your pipeline is gold. None of it's crap. So you don't have a pipeline full of crap. All the stuff in your pipeline has a reasonable chance to close. So you propose the less stuff, which of course mathematically increases your ratio. And then your ratio actually goes up because the stuff that you propose to, you only propose or present for the kill. You know reasonably that you're going to close it. Unless if something weird happens, you're going to close it. And so you're not disqualifying people in or out by the answer that they give you once you've presented, proposed, done a demo, something like that. You're disqualifying people in and out like in that first conversation.